Full video of my broadcast on the
Good morning,
disgusting
fans,
cyber war between idle Nigerian
listeners,
and
viewers,
South African youths delivered live on TikTok on August 26, 2024.
subscribers,
I don't understand why
from
Nigerian
within
youths couldn't
Nigeria
unite to
and
remove
across
Bola Ahmed
Africa
Tinubu
and
from
around
power
the
the
world.
way they united against
This
South
is your
Africans.
friend, Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. How are you all doing today? Yes, the reason I'm making this live video is about the needless and very stupid cyber war between lazy South African youths and their Nigerian counterparts. This is disgusting. This is unacceptable, especially at a time some of us are putting our lives on the line, advocating under very, very serious, dangerous circumstances and environment in which some of us live for the unification of Africa. This is not what we are as Africans. This generation of Africans have a serious problem. It's a very serious problem. What is the need? Why are we fighting? I lived in South Africa for 2 years, and the relationship between Nigeria and South Africa was at its best at the time. I lived in Betal, the town they call Nzinoni. That's the South African name for Betal. I lived there. The first mayor, the first black mayor, the very first black mayor was my friend, and I was very, very instrumental to his success as mayor because the white people, the white minority, did not show him any level of support and cooperation. I told him, hey, you can do it. Don't worry about how or what they think or feel about you. You are the man in the saddle right now, and you have to deliver. When I was leaving, that man was crying. In 1995, when we had a problem with Abacha in Nigeria, I remember what Mandela did, to the extent that young South Africans were ready to come into Nigeria to help remove Abacha from power. Yes, I saw it all happen. And I saw what the South African government under Mandela did to stop, to boycott, to tell the South African citizens then to boycott buying fuel from Shell. Mandela brought Shell on its knees in South Africa. Nobody was buying fuel. And that is where I learned. I stopped buying, even as we speak, to this second. I don't go to Shell gas station to purchase gas, because I believe that what I'm purchasing, if I have to go and buy petrol from Shell, that I'm purchasing the blood of Nigerians. That explains the strength of the bond of brotherhood, the type of relationship we had with South Africa. I don't know what happened. Everything started coming crashing when Jacob Zuma came to power. He inspired hate against Nigerians. And from then, things started getting worse. But is that enough for Nigerians to respond the way they have been responding in recent times? Is that enough? Was that enough for them to shut down South African economy using their presence on the web? For real? Was that enough for them to be ordering boats, ordering pizza, and destroying, distorting people's movement, and destroying private economies of people whose life depends on the use and driving Uber for survival? What kind of nonsense is that? The same Nigerian young people, see how stupid they are. Yeah, I say it now. You are mostly stupid and irresponsible. I'm a Nigerian like you. So if you guys could pull this together, to shut South Africa down, why have you not been able to remove the drug dealer certificate forger, identity thief, paired with a terrorist, holding your country hostage, holding your present hostage, holding your future hostage. Why have you not used this power, this strength to push him and remove him? You are celebrating nonsense? No, that's not who we are. Yes, South Africans have some serious problems. South African young people, they are full of hate. I know that. And this thing started, like I told you, with Zuma. You know, it was a little bit of it was there in Mandela, during Mandela's time. But Mandela will not have it. He will not let them disrespect Nigeria. Because he remembers the importance of Nigeria. He remembers the role Nigeria played towards the liberation of South Africa. Nigeria was named an honorary first-line state. And Nigeria came under a lot of attacks from the apartheid enclave and their supporters in the United States and Imperial Europe. Yes, we paid a lot of price. We trained a lot of South African soldiers. We bankrolled the anti-apartheid struggle. We had a lot of South African exiles, including Mandela, including Thabo Mbeki, and a lot of them in Nigeria. A lot of South Africans went to school. South Africans and Zimbabweans went to school on the scholarship of Nigeria. We do not deserve to be disrespected by South Africans. But this new thing started with Zuma coming to power. Two countries that the whole of Africa is supposed to be looking up to for direction are fooling themselves because of the tragedy of leadership. This is disgusting. This is unacceptable. This is not who we are, and this is not who we should be. I hear some South Africans want to treat themselves like they are Europeans because other Africans are in their country. That is African soil. We have a right to be anywhere we want in Africa. Just like you should have a right to come to Nigeria and live there. Nobody drove South Africans. We showed them love when they were in Nigeria. We showed Zimbabwean love when they were in Nigeria. We showed Mozambicans love when they were in Nigeria. We showed the whole of people of Angola love when they were going through their struggle. But yes, there's an adage in Nigeria. When the wall falls down, the goats will jump on it. Nigeria is laying prostrate on the canvas, and everybody is jumping on them. But I am sad that Nigerians decided to react, especially not real Nigeria, not Nigerians who have sense. Nigerians who are imbecilic, who are irresponsible, came down and shut down South Africa, shut down its economy. Who is it benefiting now? And then will that make the lives of our fellow brothers and sisters in South Africa, who always come under assault when these bloodthirsty idiots in South Africa decide to go and start invading and attacking Nigerians and other Africans? Watch for the next. Listen to this show of shame that this idiot is talking about. He's beating his chest on the wall. You people who cannot unite, especially the young generation, you inherited hate from your parents. That you hate Igbos, you hate Yorubas, you hate Hausas. You can't come, all of you who can't come together. Now, this nonsense unites you. What good has it done to you, to your life? How has it benefited you? Look, listen to this idiot.
Africans recently pulled a giant on its tail, and they could not live to tell the story.
Which silly giant?
Let me explain. So recently, a South African decided to play an expensive prank on Nigerians. This is what he did. One overzealous South African woke up in the morning and decided to play a prank on Nigerians. I mean, what he did was, he started ordering boats from South Africa. So he ordered boats from one location in Nigeria to the other. And when the boat driver get there, he will cancel and order another one, wasting their time, their fuel, and energy. And the biggest mistake he did was to post it on Twitter, where Nigerians could see it. Now, this is what you need to know about Nigerians. Nigerians will never look for your trouble, but do not look for their trouble.
No, you are looking for trouble everywhere, especially the young minority idiots.
and he will cancel. He ordered boats and he will cancel. And Nigeria warned him that if you must fight in Nigeria, be careful, go and ask around. Nigerians are the only country in the world that chase their two presidents away from social media.
You chase them from social media, but you didn't chase them from their seat. You are stupid.
Nigeria disturbed him on social media to the extent that he banned Twitter in his administration. Now, the new president came in. Nigeria frustrated him so much that he had to do a video that he has left social media, that if he continue with these people on social media, that he might have hypertension and die. In fact, hear from him.
I don't read social media anymore.
You are a drug dealer. Yeah, you should die.
So if Nigerians could chase their two presidents away from social media, who you be? And you need to understand that the only person that can win in Nigeria on social media, on the internet space, is a Nigerian. And
you are busy wasting time there, scamming people. For most of you, that's what you do. You are not representing the interest of the true Nigerians.
So if you must come after Nigerians, you must be prepared for the repercussion. And don't be fooled by our internal problem. The Igbo guy and the Yoruba guy might not get along.
You should be ashamed of yourself that you cannot get along. You only get along on the internet. Shame on you.
Let's go back to South Africa. So the South African guy was ordering boats and cancelling. So Nigerians now said, okay, is that how you want to play the game? Nigerians now started their own. And when Nigerians started, South Africans started apologizing because Nigerians jammed the boat up in South Africa. Now you need to know the number you are dealing with. We are more than 250 million in Nigeria.
250 million people without capacity.
Smartphone. At least 75% of us are on social media, very active. At least 60% of us use Twitter. So you can't win the war. So Nigerians started ordering boats in South Africa and cancelling it. It got so well that the street in South Africa was jammed because of so many boats ordered by Nigerians, and all of them were there stranded. More than 50 boats were ordered in one street. Throughout 22nd of August in South Africa, the people that went to work could not see boats to come back home because Nigerians has already ordered all of them to unknown location. The most painful one is a boat driver in South Africa that spent 3 hours to his location only to get there to discover that he's a Nigerian that ordered for that boat, wasting his time and fuel. A lot of Nigerians were suspended from both app because of too many cancellations. South Africans are now pleading and begging that they know they started this war, but please, that they are sorry, as they could not see boats to go back home because Nigerians went from boat to boat and now Uber to Uber. They crashed both app. South Africans could not see boats or Uber to go back home. A lot of them trekked so many kilometers to go home because all boats and Uber app were crashed by Nigerians. I mean Nigerians in Nigeria, not Nigerians in South Africa. You could see this video how the road was jammed because of so many orders from Nigeria. A lot of boats was ordered in the same location and all of them jammed in one location, creating so much traffic. To tell you how serious this was in South Africa, the South African government used their official Twitter account to apologize to Nigerians to please stop it because chaos has been created in their country. They had to congratulate Nigeria that Nigerians, we know you have won this boat-to-boat war. Please, can we stop now? Or can you have mercy on us? The South African government had to beg. So Nigerians could not stop because they did not start it. South Africans started it. And both have suspended a lot of Nigerians' accounts. So Nigerians changed the method and started ordering goods to South Africans' people's house. To their house. So a guy ordered 3 smart TV and 3 deep freezer to somebody's house and put to pay on delivery. On getting there, they've said, we don't order anything. And they started ordering pizza, started ordering things on pay on delivery. That, in fact, all the pay on delivery apps in South Africa have to be suspended. As we speak right now, South Africans are on their knees begging that Nigeria should please stop this because they cannot place order again. They cannot even order ride. They cannot even order for food. They cannot even order for pizza. They cannot even order anything online because Nigerian citizens have jammed all of them. Remember, Nigerians did not start this. South Africans started it. Remember the issue of Chidinma. South Africans did everything, but Nigerians did not do anything. But there's one unwise thing that South Africans are doing. South Africans were in South Africa and were voting for Chidinma in Miss Universe in Nigeria. They were voting for Chidinma from there. And their aim is that they want Chidinma to win in Nigeria so that South Africans can claim the victory of Chidinma. What an unwise thing to do. So next time you want to come for Nigerians on social media, remember this. We drag ourselves daily in preparation for any international dragon. We have FC Guy, which is Wizkid fan. We have 30BG, Davido fans. We have Obedience. And we have Ronu. We have those people on social media. Those are the groups on social media who practice dragon every day. So we do this in preparation for any international dragon. So when you come for us, we unite against you. So we are always on the pitch practicing and rehearsing. You cannot win.
when your mates are in the laboratories, in universities, when your mates are in John Hopkins doing scientific breakthroughs, you are on the internet wasting your time. You are jobless. Majority of you are jobless and hopeless. Your country is derailing. Every day Nigeria is degrading. You cannot unite with this type of strength to end the trajectory of evil in your country. I am so ashamed of you. I'm a proud Nigerian, but I am not proud of this young generation of mostly idiots dragging our country down instead of waking up to get the country back on a roadmap to success. What a way of being a Nigerian young person today. This is disgusting. Yeah, for the South Africans, yeah, I lived in your country for 2 years. I saw so much hate for fellow black people. I hope you will learn a lesson and follow Julius Malema, the only man who has been preaching unity for Africans inside South Africa. The rest of you play politics with the unification of Africa. I hope you will learn a lesson. This is a terrible lesson to learn. This is not a good way to learn anything because it's disgusting. This same thing happens everywhere. Africans can come together. In their continent, people will come, divide them, loot their resources, and get away from it. Look at what is happening in Congo right now. Congo, the richest African country on earth, cannot boast of drinking water. They cannot boast of 300 miles of paved roads. But people come. But people come to steal their resources. To steal their resources. Yes, and get away with it. And even as I'm speaking now, TikTok is trying to restrict me because I'm speaking the truth about what people come from outside Africa to do. Yes, that is what they do. This is what should challenge us to rise up and develop our continent, build our own system so we cannot be curbed. Yes, I just received a warning from TikTok right now doing this because I spoke about some people that must not be spoken about. Yeah, regardless of what they have done to the whole of Africa and the rest of the world. We can't continue like this. The South African leadership, I tell you again, Jacob Zuma started this terrible leadership. Mandela was good. Thabo Mbeki was good. Why were they good? Because they were pan-Africanists. They did not hate the rest of Africa. They came. They know how much Africa, the rest of Africa stood for them. They know how much Mozambique stood for them. To the extent that they lost their president in an air blast. Yes, Samora Machel died because of South Africans. But how do they treat Mozambicans? They call them Makwerekwere. They are full of hate. You know, this nonsense has to end. And this is now the reason why the rest of all are fighting, are struggling, are speaking about the unification of Africa. In looking back at what our founding fathers wanted. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Why can't we get it together? Why can't we get it together? Yes. Why can't we get it together? Africa, why can't we unite? Africa, why can't we unite? Is there any reason why Africa must not unite? Why can't we come together? Why do we hate one another so much? This is one terrible thing that we ought not to be hearing. This is a horrible thing that we should not be hearing. This is terrible. And I hope the rest of Africa, especially the young Africans who are listening to this broadcast, will take heed and stop this barrage of hate. We have no reason. We have been victims of 5 global events. We are victims of 2 types of slavery. Trans-Saharan slave trading that took millions of Africans to the Arab world, and during which all the males taken were castrated. 700 years of Arab slavery, 400 years of European slavery. Come on, Africa, unite. After that came colonialism. After that came imperialism. Right now, we are having to deal with what? Globalization. Only us paying the bill of the world. That should be seen as an emergency on the part of the people and leaders of Africa. Goodbye. Please, if you're an African, a lover of Africa, share this message. We want this message to go around the whole of Africa. I am particularly so incensed by the behavior of young Nigerians who were involved in this madness. Yes, they could have approached this a different way. This is sad. This is sad for Africa. So sad.